Morning, everyone. Bill Hurtado with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. We're about 25 miles north of Denver, right here, central in the nation for you. Today, it's my honor to show you a brand new, and I mean really brand new, 2025 EKKO Model 22A. When I say really brand new, I mean this thing is minutes old. So I want to show you the latest, greatest thing from Winnebago. The EKKO has proven itself to be the hottest product going for a few years now. Unquestionably the most popular item out there. There are two models of this. There's the Ford Transit 22A model, and then there's the Sprinter 23B style. And this was the original. They've gone through a few little changes, not much. They've just kind of tweaked their product and made it really, really nice. But this is what started it all. And this, like I say, is the latest, greatest from Winnebago and from Ford on the Transit chassis right here. Speaking of the chassis, this is the Transit all-wheel drive, has the EcoBoost engine with 310 horsepower. That is an engine that's been around since 2011. And again, Ford has made a few little changes on that, but it is tried and true, very powerful, excellent setup right here, especially with the all-wheel drive factor. So let's talk about the Winnebago portion of it. So the 22A, like I say, the original build on this. They've done a lot of nice things on here. So we've got our fully electric push button awning. That's coming out a nice 7.5 foot span right here. You've got the light on the bottom. So that porch light, that full length LED light right there can be used with the awning deployed or stowed. Either way. Winnebago uses a really nice welded heavy duty screen right here. Got the animal guards on there already, and I'll tell you, this is beefy. This is a really nice door right here. Double electric step, making it real easy and different terrain. You've got a nice low step on the first rung right there. This also has the dual pane polycarbonate windows on here. Now, let's face it, anything is breakable. But the difference here is, if I had a brick and threw it at this thing, it's going to bounce off. We know what's going to happen to a glass window right there. Being dual pane, it also cuts down on a lot of environmental noise right there. Now, there's some cool features on this window that I'll show you when we get inside, because obviously we operate it from the inside right there. This particular model is the pop-top version, so 4 adults can sleep comfortably in this thing. And we'll take a look at that from the inside. The amount of space in that pop top up there is really, really large. So very friendly for 4 people right there. Now, there is an option for an outdoor kitchen on this, which would be a slide tray with a cooktop and a refrigerator freezer. However, the outdoor kitchen feature is not available when you get the pop top. So right now, we've got basically just a nice big large storage compartment right there. Now, one thing you may not be able to discern from the video right here, and just take my word for it, this door is really solid, heavy duty, fully insulated, very thick. It's got great positive latches on it right here. It's really an amazing door, and it's one of many going around this thing, so they're all built the same right there. Great, great product. One of the appeals to the EKKO here is, yes, it's only 23 feet long overall, but more importantly, it's 86.5 inches wide. So it's really, in my opinion, the perfect size. Plenty of room for you to do what you want to do when you're in there. You know, fully functional for cooking, sleeping, toilet facilities, the whole bit. But the overall width of 86.5 inches gives your footprint in the lane when you're traveling a lot more space on the sides. So easier to keep yourself centered in the lane, easier to move around, navigate in a parking lot, if you will. So really nice 157-inch wheelbase, gives it a nice, good, tight turn radius right there without a lot of tail swing. So really well designed, very well engineered right here. Out here on the outside, you do have a patio outlet, so you can run some things outside here on AC power. And then down here, you've got a connection for television, if you care to watch that outside. In this particular model, without the outdoor kitchen, a TV on its stand right there can go easily right into this compartment, sitting out under the awning, watching TV outside. So nice arrangement right there. This does have the Truma AquaGo tankless water heater, so that's good for a nice, if you so desire, up to 140 degrees of hot water for a duration of 20 minutes. So that's really, really nice to have that, especially if you're hooked up at a campground and you don't mind having your gray tank discharged the full time and your city water connection going, so you can just continually run water through this thing. Okay, so on the propane system, one of the great features on the EKKO is the fact that it has the removable bottles right here. If you're out and about somewhere, it's very easy, any time of day or night, you can find an exchange on one of these 20-pound bottles right here. So you're not going to have to take the entire unit in and pull up to a tank somewhere, hopefully find a place that's open and have the guy come out and fill it for you. Quick change, real easy right there. And just FYI, let me explain to everybody exactly how the automatic switchover system works here, because there's a lot of confusion on that, and there has been for decades now. Basically, this still works the same, but here's the way you're supposed to operate the automatic switchover with the dual bottles. You turn both bottles on at the same time. You have your lever right here, move it over to this bottle. So the indicator right here will tell us whether it's full, rather empty, or still has some propane in it. So right now, my things are off right here, but assuming we were using this and we had propane in it, with this indicator moved over to this bottle and it turns red, now I know this bottle is empty. Well, internally, this thing has already started drawing propane from the other side, hence the name automatic switchover. So you walk up and you see this thing and you say, oh, red, I'm on the left bottle. You know you can safely now take this bottle out by turning this to the right bottle, exchange it, fill it, whatever you like to do, go back in. When I switch over to this one, of course, that would turn green if there were propane in there, but like I say, this is minutes old. So you're constantly alternating back and forth. That is the right way to do it. I've seen a lot of people over the years say, oh, let's put it in the center and we'll draw from both. Wrong, can't do that. You are in control. This is an indicator to tell you the condition of the bottle it's pointing towards, okay? Then you flip, change that bottle, and you're constantly alternating, okay? Sorry to go into such deep thoughts on that one, but I want everybody to understand the way that system was always designed to work. Now, there's a huge cargo garage in this thing, and a lot of people like to bring their barbecue. Their barbecue can hook up to the propane system right here. Nice and easy. So you're out here cooking under the patio awning. Plenty of space to store that thing. Here is the gear storage on this. So I've got the molly wall, so I can put different attachments on there to hang things. There's AC and DC on both ends of this cargo compartment right here. This is a heated compartment that you have control over closing or opening the heat source over on that little round one at the far end there. And the 22A has considerably more floor space right here than the 23B does. However, the 23B is 1.5 inches wider overall. But I really like this setup. It's plenty wide enough. Maybe you want to put a couple e-bikes in there, conventional bikes, your barbecue. There's just tons of space. All four corners on this have the rails that you can attach your D-rings, or O-rings to, I guess in this case, and tie things down in there. So really an awesome setup. And we've got 3 ways into this compartment as well. These cushions are for the front seats when they swivel around, but this also has the removable pan down here on the bottom. So very easy to take that out, hose it off, keep things nice and clean that way. All right, so as we move around to the back over here, you'll see this also has the proximity sensors down on the corners and across the back here. So that's going to give you that audible alert if you get too close to something. Has a 5,000-pound hitch on it down below with the 7-way plug, so you can always adapt down from that to do whatever you want. This also, while I'm over here, I'll show you, this is the wet bay area, and this is really a nice setup here because we've got 2 ways to fill the water tank on this thing, with the gravity feed right here, or we can go to the power fill when we're hooked up to city water, turn the valves to the corresponding guide right here, and that will power fill that 50 gallons of fresh water for you. There's a 51-gallon gray tank on this thing, so slightly above what your capacity is right there. Again, very well thought out. This also has the same heat register right here for this compartment. In cold weather, you want to keep things from freezing. Otherwise, close that off and you're going to get the majority of your heat inside. So, easy winterization on this thing. You know, we'll show you when you pick this thing up exactly how to do that. Save you the anguish of having to bring it in and have it done. It can be winterized in a matter of, honestly, after you get your system down, 10 minutes, you can winterize this whole unit right here. Low point drains also. If you're in a fair weather climate, you can just drain the system off so you don't have that water sitting in all the lines all the time. All right, you can add additional solar to this. It has a pretty large solar array up on the top right now, so I think it's ample, but if you really were boondocking for long periods of time and you wanted to set the panels up outside, you can add to it right here. Inside that compartment, you may have noticed the 30-amp cord that connects for this thing. So at the campground, you've got all the power you could possibly want, also keeping your batteries topped off. The Truma system is very popular in so many different things now. That was originally built, I believe, in Germany in 2010 or 2011, and it's caught on to where it's in almost every RV now. And very simple, the way that works is it is a vessel of glycol. That glycol has a pump that circulates it around the entire unit. Comes out in 3 different areas for your comfort heating, and it's extremely efficient. So even at 0 degrees using this thing, you're going to use about a gallon of propane per day to keep this thing up in the 68-degree range inside. So very, very conservative on fuel usage that way. Of course, if you're plugged into electricity, you've got the heat element on there, the AC heat element to keep that vessel of glycol warm for you. So a nice, efficient system, and that's the trend now. That's where everything is going. It's actually hard to find a unit with a conventional furnace anymore. Okay, so while we're here, I want to talk a little bit about this Alu-cab shadow awning, or as Winnebago refers to it, as the Batwing awning. This is an option on the EKKO, and this unit is built in South Africa. It is very, very nice, very heavy duty. If you're Googling information on this, you'll probably find it referred to as the 270 awning, or 270-degree awning. So let me show you how this works. I wanted to make mention also about this awning. Compared to the awning on the patio side over there, that really is kind of a light duty awning. If you're concerned about wind getting underneath this thing and causing some grief, you most definitely want to put the patio awning on the other side away, because it can't handle those huge gusts of wind. This one, on the other hand, is much heavier duty, and many people have explained to us how this will hold up in that situation with the wind kicking up like that. All right, so one person operation, very easy. You get to your destination, you open up your straps right here. More so, I could actually do this entire setup on this thing one-handed if I wanted to. So just so you know how easy that is, but you're just gonna basically walk around with this. That thing will come up to a nice high level. I'm 6 feet tall, and I can walk underneath this thing all the way. Come on now. I am having a tough time with this one. Just a little curve on there. Okay, let's try this side. All right. My goodness. That edge, there we go. Okay, so like I say, 6 feet tall with no problem. I can get underneath this thing just fine. If you have a rainy situation and you're worried about the drooping right here. Lost my mic. Reaching up for it right there. Okay, thank you. If you're in a rainy situation, you want this to run off right here, you do have a little post that pops up right here, and that's going to keep a nice apex on the top of this thing. You also have a support awning down, support rod for the awning down here that'll go straight down to the ground. You do not have to use that, but some people feel a little bit more comfortable having that down right there. So, hence the name 270, 270 degrees of coverage back here. Really nice if you don't feel like hanging out over on the patio side. This is going to work in a lot of situations and a lot of camp spots that you want to go to. So really nice. I can't say enough about the Alu-cab. These guys build a great product. All right, so moving up here, this does have the 2800 watt generator on this thing, and it is extremely quiet. Now there's different options for the power bank or power system on the EKKO, and this is what I would call kind of the basic or regular system, in that we have a single 320 ampere hour lithium battery on this and the generator. There is an option for a single 640, which is obviously twice the capacity, and no generator. And in doing so, then you're relying on your inverter to power up your AC components and your air conditioner. Well, what a lot of people do on this particular setup right here is they will have a second 320 piggybacked right next to this one. Now they've got the 640 and the generator. So of course that would be the ultimate setup right there. All right, so in this compartment you can see we also have the macerator system there for your waste. You've got, oh come on, the cartridge for the cassette toilet right here. Very easy to take out, go and dump. Now, people that are planning on going out for long periods of time will a lot of times buy a second one of these. It's a perfectly sealed system, so you're not going to get any odor out of this thing. But when this 5 gallons becomes full, you can easily swap it out with one you're carrying in the gear storage back there. All right, so very nice right there. Sprinter, Mercedes Sprinter, years ago they came up with a really good way of locking your fuel cap, in that the fuel goes in right next to the door right here, and it can't be opened unless the door is open. So maybe they stole that idea from the Germans, but these guys, and I mean these guys, I mean Ford, Dodge, Chevy, Winnebago, everybody else, they all use each other's ideas right there. So nice little setup right there. Let's take a look under the hood. Where is my, uh-oh. There it is. All right. So once again, the 310 horsepower EcoBoost engine. It's a V6. It is really a fantastic engine. I'm sure they're going to be sticking with it for quite a while longer. So very easy to get to everything. You've got your coolant reservoir right over there, coolant recovery, and then your brake fluid, engine oil check, engine oil fill, then your windshield washer fluid. Everything right within reach, very easy to get to right there. So excellent setup. Let's take a look inside. Oh, we got the bi-xenon HD headlights on this also. Those look really great at night. So I want to show you this floor plan. Anybody that's watched an EKKO video, it really hasn't changed, but they've made a few little things easier to operate in here. I'm going to start all the way back here at the back. So this bedroom is really nice. I still have headroom sitting on the bed right here. I've got 2 long full-length windows right here, and I have 2 80-inch twin mattresses right here. I can fill this center section in if I wanted to essentially make a king bed. Got a privacy curtain here, a little bit of storage up front, exhaust fan, room for a television, plug-ins there already, and not much to see because the bracket's not there for a TV, but it's reinforced on that wall so you can add a television back here. A couple of things I really like is these are shirt closets on the sides right here. So there's a little hanger in there and drawers on each side. And those are pretty deep, so they give you lots of space there. But what many people don't know is this bed base with the Frawley system will actually lift up, and you can access things through the top right here if you so desire. So very user-friendly. All right, we have controls for the Truma system right here. This is a thermistor to keep the temperature the same throughout the unit, of course. And then we've got our fan control right here. So that thing will kick on and off automatically. In the lighting, there it is. This one here is the floor down there. Nice to travel at night with that thing. It's not going to interfere with the driver. This is the bathroom light, which I've got on. And of course, this is the coolest thing, in my opinion, about the EKKO. So you have a nice size bathroom. That toilet will swivel, so you can kind of change the position of that. Of course, a sink, medicine cabinet, window. And when it comes time to shower, you pull on the W right here. Now it's a magnetic catch down here instead of previous years that had you had to rely on the strap. This will pull over, fix itself into position there, and now you've got a really nice size shower. So those of you that are tall and concerned about the size here, remember I'm 6 foot, so I still have a few inches up above right there, and got some space in here. So this shower would work great for just about anybody. All right, little pantry space with adjustable shelves over on this side, straight across from the galley where it should be. We've got the microwave up above here, and this 12-volt refrigerator, you can see it's really tall right here, has a lot of space inside here and its own freezer compartment. And it's on. It's getting cold really fast. Love 12-volt refrigerators because you don't have to be level to operate them. They cool down 4 times faster than a regular refrigerator. And when it comes time to replace this thing 10, 20 years down the road, it's a fraction of the cost of that absorption style that runs on gas or electric. We also have ample space down below here for your pots and pans. 2-burner cooktop. Really nice faucet with the pull-out. There's our sink cover up there. And the drawer in this one, of course, is a little shallow for the drain, but this one here is very deep. So great storage in this thing overall. Now, while you're there, I know it's kind of compact in here, but this table right here, let me step over here. This slides down on a bracket right over here, and that obviously will adjust up and down. So if you choose to have your front seats swiveled around, that's when you can use your boosters that you saw in the back compartment back there in the gear storage to kind of boost you up a little bit. And then this lowers down, becomes a nice seating area right there for this passenger to eat at this table. Or it can be raised up, and this thing will come over and be even with the plane of the galley over here. So it gives you that much more counter space. So really nice setup right there. Well thought out. Over here, you do have this table that will click into place right there. So 2 people on this side, and then the driver's seat swung around. So you can dine 4 in this comfortably. You can sleep 4 in this comfortably. Large compartment over here. There's the books. This is the inside windshield cover that goes around side windows and windshield for privacy. But while we're here, this overhead pop top sleeping area is really nice and big. So that mattress also has the Frawley system underneath it, and 2 adults, no problem. Lots of space up there. There's 3 zipper openings up there. 2 of them have screens. 1 of them has a solid clear window, so you can get some ventilation nice and easy. And you even have a roof vent up there to allow the heat buildup to escape. That Truma system for the heating on this thing, like I say, is so efficient that a lot of the heat obviously from in here is going to go up there. And instead of having to open up those screened in areas right there, you can just open up that vent on the top and allow it to escape. So again, well thought out. Now I mentioned, rather I was kind of touting the cool things about the window package in here. I have these same windows in a little teardrop trailer that I have. Very trendy, again, very popular. These have a lot of cool features. So first off, multiple areas that'll attach that down, and you can click this into 3 different positions. So if it's raining out there, you can have it open just slightly, but get lots of airflow through. When you come all the way back down, if you so desire, you can go into the center section of this, still have security, and you've got a little bit of airflow going around. So that's really nice. You also have a full block out feature from the bottom, and a screen from the top. The two can interconnect and be in any position you want. So this is kind of a good position right here because you're sitting in here and you can see out, but people standing outside can't see in here and see what you're doing. So I love these windows. I think it's one of the greatest inventions ever. All right, so you have AC and DC and USB connections in multiple areas in this thing. Now, the cab area, well, before I go down there, this one has the optional television up front with the sound bar. So you don't have to get that if you were to order one of these in. This one does have it in there. I think it's a great feature to have. And you've got your DVD player over here. Okay, so let me just slip in here and show you some of the things. There are 3 compartments up here on the dash. Over on this side, you do have a 12-volt outlet and, of course, your charging port. And then, let me turn this on for us. Much larger touch screen. When they first started off, they were actually pretty small, recessed into the dash right there. But some nice functions on this one right here. So basically, I mean, you've got your radio set up and your navigation set up over here. If you wanted to reverse that because the nav's a little bit too small where it's sitting right there, you can just tap on that and it'll reverse the 2 of them. So you have a much larger screen right there. And then, of course, your controls for your climate are built into that. You have multifunction display up here for the driver, and that's kind of nice because we've got lots of different things we can select through here, what we want to see. We can go back to a default position right there and have certain things on the menu shown all the time. This thing drives so nice. It really does. It handles like a dream. Very easy with your controls right here. You can set up your adaptive cruise for different distances. Very nice right there. You can set your mile-per-hour speed limit on this thing, of course. You can answer your phone. You got your hands-free operation with that. Very easy setup. I'm sure a lot of you have done that. You have a manual feature. If I go all the way down right here, I've selected manual shifting. So I can change that however I want. Most of the time, 99.9% of the time, you'll probably drive in just the regular transmission mode. But because it's all-wheel drive and you may be in a tricky spot that you want to be in control of what that transmission's doing, of course, the manual feature is really nice right there. On the automatic headlights, you can actually adjust when those come on as far as what degree of darkness is outside. It's a feature I haven't seen before. I really like that. And, you know, a little bit of storage space up there, cup holder setup. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Really, really a great setup. So, brand new. I mean, super brand new. 2025. Just got it. This is stock number 5N230811. You can call me. My Chiron at the bottom down there hopefully have my bill.hurtado@transwest.com. Shoot me an email. If you'd like to call me directly on my cell phone, that is 714-809-4813. If you'd like to call me at my desk, you can call me directly at my desk at 303-684-3441. Thank you for taking the time to watch. This is, like I say, the 2025 EKKO, the latest, greatest. And if you want gas versus diesel, this is the way to go right here. So, thank you for watching. I'll wait for your call.